Peace, family. MJ the Mastermind checking in. Gonna jump right into it. Listen, stop focusing on goals and start focusing on your vision. Stop focusing on goals and start focusing on your vision. Stop focusing on goals and start focusing on your vision. Listen, y'all, your vision is the foundation that your goals should stand on. A lot of people set goals, but their goals aren't in alignment with anything, right? Because they have a short-term vision. The way that I look at goals versus vision, your goals are the scenes in the movie of life. Your vision is the actual movie. So, if you don't have a core vision of what you want your life to look like, right? If you don't know how you want your life to look 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years from now, then how can you expect the goals that you're setting to get you to that vision if you don't have one, right? So if you're just setting goals, then you have a real short-term vision or a real short-term mindset. Because a lot of times when we set goals, they're like 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 5 years or so, right? But you have to set a vision first, right? Before you start setting goals, make sure you have a vision of how you want your life to look. Like, what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? Like, how do you actually want your life to look years from now? Okay? Because you have to reverse engineer it, right? You have to reverse engineer the life that you want to create. And that means starting from the end. Okay? How do you want your life to look? How much money do you want to be making? Where do you want to live? Like, what's your lifestyle? You have to think about these things, because once you have clarity on the vision of how you want your life to look, now you can reverse engineer it and start aligning the goals that you set that are going to lead to that outcome, right? You know, let's take an example of Michelangelo, the famous sculptor. He always started with the end in mind. He always started with the vision. And from that vision, he was able to sculpt masterpieces of art. Right? Or let's take an actual movie, since we use that as a metaphor. It's like the director knows the film, like he knows the outcome, the objective, before he starts to build out the screenplay. Right? So I challenge you all to get clarity on your vision, y'all. Like, don't just set goals for the next month, year, right? We're not too far from the beginning of the year, and it's a time that a lot of people set New Year's resolutions, right? But the problem is people set a lot of New Year's resolutions without clarifying where that New Year's resolution is going to take them, right? And we've been trained as a society to have a real short-sighted vision, right? There's a lot of people that can't see past the next month, the next year. And it's just maybe because of their current circumstances, right? But again, I said this earlier this week, like, you either react to life or you create your life. So no matter how difficult it may be to be able to see, years in the future because of your current circumstance, you have to, or else your life has no clarity, it has no direction. All right? So it's very, very important, right? Now, what are the tangible steps here? Tangible step is to clarify your vision. The first thing you want to do is just list down all the things that you want. Okay, get a notebook and list everything that you want in your life. right? That's the first step to accomplishing your vision. Just list down everything that you want, everything that you want to accomplish, everything you want to achieve, everything you want to obtain. Just make a long list, all right? Your vision comes from your internal wants and desires. Like, there's a reason why you desire the things that you desire, okay? There's a reason why you keep having these thoughts of this specific outcome or this specific desire or this specific lifestyle. It's because it's your purpose to accomplish that. Your spirit craves that. Okay? So, one thing to recognize is, like, your desires are spiritual in a sense, right? Like, if you keep having a thought of you wanting to accomplish something, it's not an accident. It's not a coincidence, right? You need to take that seriously, okay? But the first step, y'all, is, write down a list of everything that you want to accomplish, okay? That list is going to give you clarity of what your vision is. Once you have that list, then you can start to formulate a vision statement. All right, and a vision statement is just really encompassing everything that's on that list. Okay, something that you could start to reprogram your mind. Okay, you want to read that vision. You want to look at the things that you want every day. It's going to start to reprogram your mind. It's going to start to shift your thoughts, your perspectives. All right, you're just going through a process of reprogramming yourself. Okay. Now, with that vision, what's going to happen is now your goals are going to start to become clearer. Okay? A lot of people set goals without a lack of clarity, and the reason that they don't have clarity is because they don't have a vision. Again, the vision is the foundation. The vision is the foundation. If you have a weak foundation, the building... Sorry, y'all, it's a chopper. It's a chopper flying past. And it's back-to-back videos. But listen, your vision is the foundation. Like, when they're building skyscrapers and they're building these tall buildings, right? If the foundation is weak, it's going to affect the stability of the building. Your vision is your foundation that your goals sit on. Okay? So you could be setting goals that you think are beneficial for you, but they could be leading you in the wrong direction because you don't have clarity of your vision. Okay? So make that list. Start to reprogram yourself by continuously referencing that list. Okay? And then again, that's going to provide you clarity of the right types of goals to set. Okay? And those goals that you're set are just stepping stones for you to ultimately achieve the vision that you have. Okay? Now, the problem is, if you just continue to set goals without a clear vision, you could think that you're making progress when in reality, you're just in motion. Right? So there's a difference between being in motion versus taking action. Right? Sometimes when you're setting incongruent goals, it just forces you to be in motion, like you're moving, you're doing things, but you're not actually progressing. Right? Because there's no clear end goal, or there's no clear vision, I should say. Right? Your goal should just be stepping stones to the achievement of your vision. All right? Now, I've applied this in my life, for the last few years, and your goals become clearer when you have vision, and you just make more progress in your life. Right? Now, I want to break down goals, right? Because a lot of people, actually, we're going to save that for the next video. We're going to save that. We're going to take a deeper dive into goals, right? Because a lot of people don't set the right types of goals, right? But y'all, it's super, super important. I can't stress this enough. Like, your vision is super, super important. And before I wrap this up, remember this. Never let what you see distract you from your vision. Never let what you see distract you from your vision. One more time. Never let what you see distract you from your vision. I hope that doesn't go over your head. Listen, in life, we've talked about this, like, sometimes reality doesn't reflect what we want it to by the time that we want it to. So you could feel in alignment. You could feel like you're doing everything right. You can feel like you have your vision and you're progressing and you're taking the steps. And there's still going to be challenges. There's still going to be things that happen in your life that maybe cause you to question. But again, never let what you see distract you from your vision. Y'all, never let physical reality, shift your belief and shift your vision. Nipsey Hussle said this: never let a hard time humble us. It's the same mindset. It's the same thing, right? We're going to experience hard times. We're going to experience things that happen in life. But all you got to do is really laugh it off. Don't let the pendulum take control of you. Okay? And hold strong to that vision, because it's universal law that as you continue to hold on to that vision, that frequency, and that vibration, it must manifest. All right? So listen, y'all, stop focusing on goals. Start focusing on your vision, and never let what you see distract you from your vision. Love y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay in alignment. Y'all stay congruent and clarify that vision. Peace.